Nothing can prepare you for what you see. It's absolutely amazing what this place does. It takes babies that are extremely sick and need an awful lot of work, care, love and attention, and they make them well. They perform miracles.
1 in 10 of all babies born ends up coming through a unit like this. And of those babies, about 3 in every 10 are extremely ill and actually without intensive care support would die.
My wife Louise had a quite complicated pregnancy, been hospitalised for about 6 weeks, and we ended up down here.
I've got a daughter, Robin, who was born at 28 weeks gestation. Her twin sister passed away at 20 weeks.
This is Kai. When he was born, he came out, he gave us a little cry and everything, which were all good, but as soon as they got him up here, he started to have problems with his breathing. He had a rapid decline, and we had a word with the paediatrician in the morning, and he was preparing us for the worst.
After quite a traumatic birth, George was born, and I remember walking down the corridor, going into room 4 and seeing the incubator for the first time, and didn't quite realise how poorly he was until the midwife said, and at one point we actually put our heads into the incubator and kissed him goodbye. I remember the doctor came into the room and said, you know, he's okay. He's rallied, he's hitting all the numbers that we want him to hit.
I was quite shocked at what I saw. Your baby's laid in an incubator, totally helpless, ventilated. She was very pale, and it was the start of a long journey that continued for 18 weeks. This hospital became my home for that time.
Sat with George, looked at the monitor, and slowly saw these numbers going down. Tragically for us, George only lasted for 12 hours.
Today there's been a bit of good news. His oxygen levels that he's requiring now is the same as what we breathe, which is 21%, so now they're able to shift over the ventilation support that they've got for him and hopefully let his body take over a little bit more so he can you know, fight it off, I suppose. So, and he's doing really well. He's a strong fella, so you know, we're proud of him as well. So yeah.
That first night when she was born, I sort of got a feeling for the place, because even though I couldn't see Robin, I knew that she was being cared for, because I kept informed of everything that was happening to Robin and make sure that everybody knows what's happening with your babies. That's Robin saying hi, yeah. I couldn't have wished for Robin to be in a better hospital than this. I can't praise the staff highly enough, because as far as I'm concerned, the staff here are lifesavers.
I'm not a big believer in heaven and things, but if there is one, they're all going, because they've been brilliant. There's so much support with, not only for the babies, but for the parents as well.
I've never forgotten the really quite intensive care that he got here. Amazing care for the short life that he had, and we set up the year of fundraising in memory of George, but actually in a tribute to everyone that works here and everyone that comes through here and goes out and has a healthy, happy life in the future.
This unit is an example of what you can achieve when you're supported fantastically well by the hospital and the NHS. But what that's done is actually produce an environment with even more demands, and some of those demands are slightly peripheral to the medical care.
Fundraising is important to the unit. It's not necessarily the medical things that are needed here, it's just things like baby bouncers for the cots.
All the lovely things you can see around here, like the beautiful cot covers, curtains, wallpaper in nurseries, that all has to be bought for individually, because that doesn't fit within a sort of NHS plan. That's where a lot of the funding goes to, and that's an area we have to develop even further if we're going to provide the sort of service that we want to provide, which is not just for the baby but for everybody involved in the care.
The care that they get here is second to none, and very, very proud to be a Sheffielder and live here and have have this sort of facility on our doorstep. You never know when you're going to need it. Let's raise as much money as possible and help this unit help the babies of today and of the future.